All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Wanted to bring you this very quick update because the stock market is finally open after a nice weekend. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. And let's go straight to the charts. Once again on a mission to keep these videos to the shorter side, mostly because I want to see if that would be better to increase viewership count. And hopefully you guys would like these better. Let's go straight to screen share and take a look at what's going on. We'll take a look at what I said in the last video and how things have evolved since then. Here's the weekly chart. The week has started off pretty strong. It doesn't look like a big candle, but we are up over $5,000 in just 2 days, which is pretty damn good. I know percentage-wise, it's not a crazy amount, but nominally, 5,000, over 5,000 in 2 days is not too shabby for some of us that remember the good old days where we were happy to see a few $100 rise in the price of Bitcoin. So let's take a look and see what this means for the all-time high and the challenge to the all-time high. As I've been saying, the weekly chart continues to be very, very bullish. This green arrow that I drew on this candle, because it starts from that candle. So I'm assuming that's when I drew it, because I usually try to be as legit as possible in drawing all my lines from the candle that they begin with. And we're still on pace for my target in the low 70s. That has become my target after we topped out earlier than I expected. I really thought that this push would take us into the mid 60s and then have a correction. But because we had a big correction earlier which happened last week, I have now upped my target. The daily chart is having a very, very good day. However, and even though it is a good day, for my style of trading, I would have considered entering above the prior candle. I am pretty sure that's what I would have said in the last video. I didn't rewatch the last video, but if you go to my tutorial, Learn Trading, and well, actually, I don't describe it here. So I'm sorry, if you purchase my intro to TA video, so a little plug, where I spend an unreasonable amount of time teaching candlestick patterns, one of my favorite ways to enter trades using candlestick patterns is when we start trading above the high of a hammer candle. So the high of yesterday's candle, once that gets broken, that becomes a buying opportunity for me based on candles. Unfortunately, this particular candle took place nowhere near the MRI buying opportunity. As you guys know, I have been waiting to buy something this perfect on a candlestick setup, but not today. I would have bought it on Wednesday or Thursday, but it happened a little bit earlier than I expected. So because this is just a reset of the MRI counts, this would have been a caution flag for me to jump into the market on a daily scale. I would want to wait until this green line and this moving average are breached. And this will create, once again, another problem for my trading style, in that if we do breach this green line and this moving average tomorrow, I would feel that we are overextended. And I would be very, very cautious in adding to my position. I remain in a bullish position. My bullish position is slightly over 50% of my available money into that position. And I would love to put more of my capital into the bullish Bitcoin trade, but I don't think I'm going to do it today. I'm going to wait and see. I may do it tomorrow, but I'm not going to FOMO into this market today. And we are going to take a look at GBTC and see where it is and where the premium is. But the daily chart still has some resistance to go. The day is also not over. We still have 7 hours to go, and anything can still happen. I'm going to wait for today to prove it to me that we are ready to challenge new all-time highs. And that begins with a close above the prior candle's high. That's the first sign I'm looking for. The next sign I'm looking for is a daily close above the moving average. And then we can start discussing whether this arrow is gonna come into fruition. Let's take a look at the funding rate. The funding rate is starting to go positive again. I would have loved to see a few days here in the negative side to fully reset us. As you can see, the MACD is starting to round off a little bit. So, but the MACD is usually late to the party. The RSI has turned as well. So let's see what happens there. The CMF has turned. Everything is starting to turn, but I need one more day. I need to see that 2 trading above the 1 before I do anything with a daily position. Now, the hourly chart. The hourly chart is very interesting. Those that do have the MRI indicator and those that are interested in the MRI indicator, since we do have a bunch of new subscribers, go to tomvays.com, products and services /indicator. This gives you a brief description along with a 5-hour video that teaches you how to trade it when you get access to it. And one of the things that the MRI suggests is when you have an MRI top, look for a 1 to 4 candle correction and then reevaluate your position. Now, earlier today, when I did this video, we were trading somewhere around the bottom of this candle. And I was somewhat looking at this bearishly. Now, anytime you enter a bearish trade off an MRI sell signal or an MRI top, you always reevaluate that position after 1 to 4 candles if you see a potential reversal. So how does the MRI work in this case? Obviously, on this particular hour, when it was happening and the price of Bitcoin was falling below $46,000, I, of course, would have been fully bearish on the 1 hour time frame. But the following candle reversed and closed above this candle. This is pretty much the 4th and final candle in that correction. And you can see that the low came on the 3rd candle that followed the MRI top. Now, this candle by itself is not enough for me to make a judgment call whether this MRI will continue going down. And usually when the MRI top comes in without breaking the resistance line of the MRI, it is more likely for this MRI top to continue going down into an MRI buying opportunity. However, right here with this particular candle, you can see how we did have an hourly consolidation around $46,500 for well, let's not count this candle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles of 5 hours of consolidation, 1 hour of drop. And then we went above this consolidation, going above this consolidation at 46,500 and closing at a new swing high, basically would have killed my bearish trade. My stop losses would have been hit if I had not already set my stop losses to break even, which is Tone Vays rule number 3. Rule number 3 for me is set a break-even stop loss when you are, profiting on a position. So once this candle has went up, it was over. And this made it obvious that this MRI top was only a 1 to 4 candle correction as opposed to a full-blown reversal. The following candle gives us a green star, which for me is an indication of strength. Yes, it doesn't always lead to significantly more upside. But it does help me out in identifying when there is potential strength. It certainly worked out over here as well. And it's all about your risk management. I basically only sell 2 videos on education. One is intro to TA and one's risk management. That's it. And risk management will help you there. And right now we are 2 candles away from another potential MRI top. It will not be a second consecutive MRI top. It will be a standalone MRI top in the 1-hour chart. We have now broken the resistance line, which tends to indicate higher prices. The star generally indicates higher prices, but you do have to be aware on how to trade it and how to properly manage your risk. We do have resistance coming up right here at 49,000. We're also in a very critical area. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart now because this green line represents a very critical area on the 4-hour chart. I'm pretty sure I would have said this morning that the 4-hour chart becomes very interesting to me if we can close above this green line at $47,600, and close we did. We still have a little bit of resistance here, but I am now a lot more bullish now. My counts on the MRI on a 4-hour chart are halfway through, and now I am fully looking for an MRI top on a 4-hour chart. My target has now become higher. I am bullish on the short-term timeframes, and the short-term timeframes can certainly make my daily chart bullish as well, but it's not going to happen today. Okay, one last look is the GBTC and the GBTC premium. It has finally gone positive again. I do trade GBTC. It's not as positive as I would like. The price of GBTC is only 45 right now, which is a little strange because I'm pretty sure my formulas are correct. Maybe the timing is off a little bit. It is on a bit of a delay, and the price of Bitcoin is at 48,000. So maybe GBTC is trading at a pretty steep discount. Arbitrage people should jump in on this, and but I am keeping an eye on that premium. Stock markets are also open. I am pretty bearish on gold as we speak at the moment. Bitcoin dominance, I'm probably going to drop this chart. It's not really doing anything. Haven't even been looking at it. It's just taking up a tab of space. I'm going to just drop it. We'll get back to that in the future. The S&P has rallied quite a bit, and I continue to see correlation between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. You can see how the S&P topped February 13th, well, 15th, because there was a weekend. February 15 and 16, the stock market topped, and it just bottomed yesterday. If we go over to Bitcoin on a daily chart, Bitcoin topped February 21st, a little bit later. Where's the stock market again? Bitcoin topped a little bit later on February 21st. Bitcoin does have the weekends, and Bitcoin was dropping with the stock market. If the stock market is about to go to new all-time highs, I would expect Bitcoin to do the same. All right. Taking a look at the NASDAQ, and I want to take a look at Best Buy. I showed you a chart of Best Buy. There was an orange arrow right there signaling a warning for an MRI buy opportunity, because if you notice, the MRI called the top perfectly along with the resistance line. Here we have the support line. We bounced off the support line absolutely perfectly with an MRI buy opportunity. So Best Buy is looking very, very nice at the moment. Where is... Did I lose you guys? Am I still live? What happened to my little window? So remember when I mentioned how much I hate the GoPro? And so the GoPro software in my computer is now messing up my Zoom sessions, and it's now turning off my webcam. I have a pretty shitty webcam. I just took the small shitty webcam as a backup to my live streaming with a GoPro, but I'm not streaming with the GoPro anymore. Please do not buy a GoPro to live stream with it. It is absolutely terrible. Their software is horrible. Okay, and I'm still waiting for a daily close on this shitcoin in order for me never to look at this chart again. We are so close, and hopefully that will happen today. Quick look at the mempool. Hopefully Bitcoin transactions will start to clear. If this is a calm week in Bitcoin, we can get into the weekend with 20 set per byte transactions, and we can then clear the mempool. I should have been keeping an eye on your live chat. I'll answer one or two super chat questions if there were any. It doesn't look like there were. So we're going to keep this update very short, and I'm going to leave it here. Right now, I am still taking a wait and see approach. I am bullish on the short-term time frames. As a recap, I am looking for a top on the hourly 2 hours from now with an MRI top. The 4 hour has about half a day to go. So keep an eye on that. And I do need the daily to close. This huge candle. I would love to see some consolidation here before the break of the moving average, which is what I really want to see. If we can close this weekly candle halfway up the big drop candle last week, I would be incredibly bullish, looking for imminent new all-time highs and the move into the mid 70s. And the $43,000 bottom would be in, as Willie Woo and I said in the other podcast, because all of us were anticipating low 40s, be around 41. I'm not surprised that real traders front run that move and turn the price around a little bit earlier. I'm always happy buying a breakout of the prior all-time high. So I don't consider missing the bottom as a lost trading opportunity. Sometimes the safest trade is the best trade. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out tonevays.com. You can check out my on-demand videos for trading education. The advanced people can grab the MRI indicator if it helps you in your trading. And don't forget to check out the free tutorial. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one, guys. Bye.